Hi, parents. We know the most important question you're asking in your head is when will my child get out of the struggle? When will they get the results that they're looking for? Whenever our kids are struggling with something tough, we want to get them out of it, right? The easy answer for this clinically is it depends. Now, I promise I'm not going to use that answer today because I think that's too easy of an answer clinically, especially when we can actually be very, very predictive with how our kids heal. And we can really do that by applying certain principles in how we care for them. That's why here at PwC Chiropractic, we talk through terms of what we call a care plan. It's not one adjustment. It's not one treatment plan. It's not one form or modality. It's what is the care plan? How do we focus neurologically on that entire care plan to help them get better? I've seen so many parents within our practice be incredibly encouraged about this because it's so easy in our current landscape of healthcare to really focus on, okay, what are the symptoms telling us? Let's see how it goes. When the symptoms resolve, okay, they're good. Let's turn them loose. Parents, you know that the root cause is a lot deeper than that. And so as we go through this root cause form of neurological healing, we have to look at the care plan. And that's why I want to walk you through this care plan today, because it is a vast contrast to what we hear in all of healthcare. Now, every single thing within the care plan that we provide is based on the nervous system. So the first thing that we really dive into to build a predictive, unique, customizable care plan for a child is their story. We actually call it story. You know, in a lot of offices, it might be the child's history, right? We've all taken history, but it's really their story of how their nervous system got to the stress state they're in now. So we actually go back and we look even before birth, within, that in utero time where they were developing, the delivery, the childhood development, all of that to see, okay, what is the root cause of their story? Then we're actually going to look at, okay, what is their life currently presenting them? Like, is their stress level high? Is school tough? Are sports tough? What is going on today and what's going on in the past? And if we can combine those two things, that gives us a good, unique look at what level of stress they're under and the momentum, oftentimes negatively they're under, that's gonna help them be able to heal. We also take into account, the medications they've used, the emotional stressors, the biochemical stressors, the physical stressors, everything just uncovering to get to that root cause for that child. When we have this full and complete story, game on. That allows us to look at it through a completely different lens, look at the objective findings. Now, we do this with this amazing technology in our office called the insight scanning technology. Now, what this is these are basically a scanner, we call it, but they're basically tests, neurological tests that give us neurometrics. Now, neurometrics are key because they help us measure how the nervous system is and where we can take it, how we can get it more efficient, how we can get its momentum back. So we look at these three different views: heart rate variability, EMG, and thermal within our office. And we'll talk through more of those as you'll see in our site, in our social, and when you come into the office, because those give us the most unique picture of that child's nervous system, of what their body physiology is going through at the moment. Because then if we combine that with story, game on. We know that every single kid adapts and struggles with stress differently, right? I mean, this is so true. I have 4 kids, right? And you expose one kid to something, they struggle more. You expose another kid to something, they struggle a little bit less. Why is that? Hard to say. It depends, right? But how we can really quantify this is to measure it. And that's what those neuro insight scans do. So first we take that story, then we take those scans, then we take our experience and we build that together in a formula. We actually take it to math to determine 2 things. What is the time it's going to take and the frequency it's going to take to get them better. On the time piece, big example is if they're an older child, if they've been under stress for a longer period of time, if they've been under stress for 100% of their life, that we can track back to that even before they were born, then it takes more time to unwind. There's an awesome Harvard study that we reference about this all the time, of it's very simple time and frequency to get the body better. And on the frequency route, that's the input, that's the dosage, that's the care that we need to give to unlock that neurological pattern. And in that case, when stress is on high alert in the moment, it often takes more. And a lot of times that's kids, struggling with behavior, struggling with a bully, struggling more with emotions in the moment. They are very revved up. They are sympathetically dominant, and how to calm that takes more input and more reminders. And so that's why frequency is high. So combine those two things, time and frequency, and those are key aspects of our care plan. Once we have all this built out, the best part is sharing it with you as parents. We sit down in our office, we'll go over those 3 scans, we'll put together their story in those 3 scans, we'll walk you through and explain where the stress is, how we're going to unwind it, and the process in that, both how long it's going to take and how frequent we need to start and move forward to get there. Oftentimes healing with chiropractic care is awesome because it's almost like a launch point. You put a lot of good input in at the beginning and allows the body to hit that launch point and do it by itself. And here's some of the really cool changes I wanted to share with you, because oftentimes before you hit that launch point, you're seeing things that are maybe different than your big goals. And those different things are big things. And we actually track those here at PWC. So I want to share this screen real quick. But this is a graph that we ask parents to fill out in a questionnaire of what changes are they seeing first in their kids. And what we noticed is the improvement they saw first of all the softer signs when the care plan started is we saw better sleep, we saw better emotional stress, we saw better flexibility, mobility, and better energy levels. Notice how 3 of the 4 of these that they answered over 40% of the time are sleep, emotions, and energy levels. Those are things that we commonly don't associate with chiropractic, right? Flexibility and mobility, maybe, right? But not those things. But that's the true power of neurologically focused chiropractic, is you can help the body to calm through sleep pathways. You can help emotions go down and them to adapt and handle stress better. You can help energy levels come up as just the exhausted state of stress comes out of there. And that's really the power of the care plan, because these improvements lead to the bigger improvements. The bigger improvements like getting rid of developmental delays and helping them be on track with growth and development, helping them handle sensory struggles more so, helping them to handle things like big digestive struggles throughout their whole life or big behavioral struggles, and getting them into where, okay, it's easier for them to sit still for homework, and thus learning goes better. So it really all sequences and builds off one another. And that's what is so powerful with the care plan. In fact, we have built our office and our network up on care planning, that we have it all based on math. We even have a builder that we dig into to quantify this and be very, very exact and predictable with it. And that's the cool thing about care planning, is it gives us that predictability where we can tell you, here's what we expect the nervous system to do, here's where we expect it to go, and here's where we expect you, mom and dad, to be able to see the results. And that's really what matters. So if you need any more questions answered about this, we're an open book. We love to talk about neurology. We love to talk about our care plan, and we love to map you through it, because we know you deserve clarity in your healthcare journey, and you also deserve that hope, and not just to cling to symptoms, but to cling to the nervous system and to know, okay, my child is on the right track. So if we can help in any of these ways, we would absolutely love to. Give us a call. We'd love to run those scans and just see where your child's at. Even leave us a comment or a DM or share with a friend. We would love to dig in more and help the kids just in this community, locally and afar, to just conquer their neurological challenges through a neurologically based care plan.